Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. This sign can't stop me because I can't read. Look at that, no minds. At the start of the year, I told myself that I was going to go out and touch some grass. But then Psychopath Simulator got an update, and then Shadow of the Scooby-Dooby-Doo tree dropped, and things just kinda got out of control. And now word on the streets is that the sequel to the Pandemic Canon event in 2020 might be happening again soon. But luckily for me, that's not the only sequel upcoming, because the sequel to Into the Radius, Into the Diameter, just dropped, and I can touch grass in bliss and tranquility in VR. Whoa, Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck? What the fuck? Stop moving. Well, that was a fucking lie. And I know what you're thinking. That's just a few creepy crawlies and I've dealt with plenty of spiders in my time. But what are you going to do when you're trapped in a pitch black forest and the tree starts speaking Xbox Live Gamer chat?
I hate you. Drop dead. You nasty girl.
What the fuck did you call me? So the game dropped in early access about 2 months back, and it's the sequel to its extremely popular original, Into the Circumference Divided by 2 Pi. And even though both games are roughly 4 years apart, the differences are huge. First thing you'll notice is that this game is gorgeous. Yo, that's wow, that's insane. I don't think I've spent this much time looking at textures on a wall. Look at that detail. And the lighting, chef's kiss, I don't know what they did, but it is immaculate. Walking through the forest in the day with the light piercing through the trees, standing on the edge of a river with the fog looming on the horizon, or stumbling around the pitch black forest at night with the shadows growing larger with every single step you take. If that's a fucking anomaly, I'm gonna cry. Oh, would you look at that? You can see the shadows of my hands. It's a fish. I'm a bird. Caw. Anyway, this game is primarily a shooter, so you know what that means.
Guns. Lots of guns.
The weapons and the shooting in the original were amazing, and here I think they've definitely kicked it up a notch. You know how the guns in most games feel airy and underwhelming and kinda go
bang bang bang, bang bang bang, bang bang bang.
Well, firing the weapons in this game is stupidly satisfying. Hello there, old friend. Oh lord, that is chunky. The weapon handling is pretty damn fun, and the audio of each gunshot is crisp and very, very satisfying. You can see the muzzle flashes and the little puffs of smoke from every single shot. You can even hear the rattling of the empty cases on the ground after they've been ejected from the chamber. And even the tiny little movement of the switches as you toggle the safeties of each weapon. I don't know if it's realistic, but it's cool. And these are all the little things that help immerse you just a little bit more in this radioactive wasteland. Like the original, we've got a variety of basic weapons separated into different security levels that you can unlock progressively by completing missions. Most weapons can be modified with attachments which become insanely helpful and are almost necessary as you progress through the game. That's insane, look at how far they're shooting me from. I see you. As far as I'm concerned, the guns and shooting are phenomenal, but with some caveats that I will get to later.
Huh?
And if you're coming from the original, there's a ton of things to be excited about. The first time you see those base doors slide open, you can tell the devs were cooking. Previously, we were shacked up in rusting, moldy shipping containers, but now, we've been upgraded to a full-fledged bungalow. It's got dorms, exercise stations, recreational areas. This bad boy can fit so many anomalies in him. It's so big it needs its own map to tell you where to go. Wow, this new map is huge. Where do I go if I need to take a They've also added some nice little features that just scratch the itch in my brain a little bit. You have to do a little tappy tap with your fancy new Apple Watch to access restricted areas. Oh, that's so cool, that's so fun. The map is now an iPad thingy with buttons to press, which makes so much more sense for immersion compared to this magic map you get from Hogwarts in the original. And the best part of all, the operating system for every single terminal in the game is running Windows XP. If your shower isn't running on Windows, you're doing something wrong. Wait, update to Windows 11? Son of a bitch! There are also a few more things to consider for progression. As you progress into the game, you can get larger backpacks and rigs that help you survive just a teeny bit better in the zone. And it's not just, ooh, big rig more pocket, because the positioning of the holsters and the pouches switches up as well, and it's fun. Maybe today, I'm kind of feeling that I want to carry my primary weapon on the front, or maybe I'm left-handed and I can finally draw a pistol with my dominant hand. And there are also some small quality of life improvements. You can finally see the stats of the weapons and actively compare them now. It doesn't significantly impact your fundamental experience of the game, but it just makes things a little bit better, like the little cherry on top. And then there's the meat of the game, exploring the radius. Whoa, shiny blue box, what the fuck is that? The moment you step into the Pachosk zone, you are filled with this uncanny sense of loneliness and eeriness. The first game really set the bar in creating a desolate and forlorn wasteland, where you, the lone explorer, are putting together the pieces of some supernatural mystery. The sequel, Into the Pi R Square, straight up bench presses the bar into the fucking stratosphere and turns the sequel into a horror game. Just imagine this. You're standing in a clearing in a pitch black forest with nothing but a tiny flashlight as the glow from the dark sun-esque anomaly in the sky casts a bright blood red shadow over everything in sight. I have never felt as tense and claustrophobic as I had walking around the radius. Oh, something tells me I'm gonna hate this. I really don't want to walk through this. And the audio design is equally phenomenal, because every time I hear the rustle of leaves or something slithering behind me, my balls invert and my butthole just shoots straight up into my chest. Fuck is that sound? Deadpool wears red so you can't see him bleed, but I wear brown so you can't see my pants full of shit. But what are you afraid of, you might be asking? This. I'm afraid of this. This is why the Italians get upset when you break their spaghetti and put pineapple on their pizza. Unlike the shadowy silhouettes in the previous game, these mimics slide around, even swim in a way that just... Ugh, I want to kill it. Okay, I want to kill it because holy fucking shit does it make my skin crawl. Oh, it's cassette tapes and scissors. It's made of scissors. Whoa.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Coming to our castle, suck our dicks, desecrate our holy grounds, and call us gay!
What?
What the fuck? And if the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster wasn't bad enough, the humanoid enemies all have this glowing orange head that freaks me out. Watching these orange heads bobbing around in the dark has a sort of beauty to it. Just like fireflies. Fireflies with Kalashnikovs. Holy shit, he's going brrr. And the new map is huge. I used to think that Kolkosaria in the original game was massive, but the scale of the new areas made my jaw drop faster than when my mother dropped me on my head as a child. Your firefights can take place across massive distances, and navigating the radius genuinely feels like I'm exploring this dreadful post-apocalyptic wasteland. And then there's the anomalies. What the fuck? I sure hope you enjoy WWE SmackDown because holy shit, I have never seen these many metal chairs in my life.
There's no way to stop this. Edge with the steel chair.
Another aspect that contributes to the horror is the difficulty of the game. Now tell me I'm a shirt soaked in detergent because I know I'm washed. Wait, what the fuck? It's not working. Oh. But even then, I find the combat in Into the Cosine Squared X plus Sine Squared X overwhelmingly difficult. The moment you see those orange heads bobbing in the dark, you gotta lock in. Getting shot takes away a significant chunk of your health, and I don't think any armor system has been introduced into the game yet. And because of that, this game is extremely punishing. And unless you're a Turkish hitman and a part-time Olympic silver medal winner, enemies can take a decent number of shots to put down. I find myself running out of ammo halfway through a mission, even after spending the entire US military budget on excess ammunition. Alright, I still got my pistol. I've got one shot left. Oh, what the fuck?
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I have nothing left to hit him with. Oh, dude. Holy shit, that was my last bullet. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. Oh, I have enemies. I have enemies. I have enemies. Oh. Country roads, take me home to the place. Ammo, West Virginia. Mama, take me home, country roads. The AI also seems to be much smarter and much more aggressive. Well, most of the time.
What are you doing?
Wait, come back. They may have glowing heads, but they aren't very bright. Combined with the absolutely insane volume of enemies on the map, the game really becomes a trial of your perseverance, and maybe even frustratingly so. And I know, some of you professional esports players might be like, actually, I get good. But I am wondering if the difficulty might be a little bit overtuned. I will confess that I had to do quite a bit of save scumming and abusing the scope weapons and enemy AIs to complete my mission. But this might just be a minor personal issue for me. Overall, the pros of the combat experience outweighs any complaints that I might have. And speaking of complaints, this game is very much in very early access. You're going to have to expect many issues in addition to the usual jank of VR. When talking about this game, I don't think too much weight should be placed on those issues. That said, if you're buying the game now, you should know that you might be buying into a potentially frustrating experience. Most of these bugs are minor, just a little bit janky here and there, but some of them can completely ruin the experience. You could be just climbing a ladder and out of nowhere, you're dead.
What?
Or every single weapon and item you've bought just ceases to work, and reloading the save doesn't solve the problem. There are these missions where you head to a point of interest to search for an item, but when I got to the marked location, there was nothing waiting for me. I searched and searched, but just like the food in my refrigerator, it was nowhere to be found. A few missions later, I was stumbling around in another part of the map when lo and behold... Wait, what the fuck? Wait, that's what I'm looking for. Wait, it's nowhere even close on the map. You were here the entire time? What the fuck? I wasted so much time looking for this piece of shit. Jesus Christ. Another time, I saved my game near this inaccessible tent building thingy. And when I loaded that save, I found myself in the fucking Shadow Realm. Wait, where the fuck am I? Where's the door? I'm trapped. Wait, no, this is... Fuck, this is the building that I was beside when I saved. It looks the same, it's a tent. How am I gonna get up here? What the fuck? I overwrote my save. And if loading a past save can't fix these issues, then these bugs can potentially put you back several hours of game time. Needless to say, it can be a very frustrating experience. He's inside the fucking rock. But despite all these problems, I'm still eager to walk back into the radius. Because every expedition is an experience. It always starts off promising and full of hope. And that slowly devolves into a tense and adrenaline-fueled shootout that leaves me fighting for my goddamn life. There have been so many missions where I return to base within an inch of my life or just in the nick of time. And completing each run feels just as satisfying every time. I was given a mission to go and check on like 4 or 5 of these bad boys, and not even halfway through, I was already out of ammo. And just when I was about to give up, I looked up above me and I made eye contact with the big man in the sky. And he turned to me and said, "Nah, you'd win," and dropped me one of the strongest guns and ammo in the game. And somehow, I just had enough luck and resources to scrape by and complete all objectives. But it wasn't over yet, because this trip took me several in-game days, and if you're in the radius when this timer hits 0, you straight up unsubscribe from life. I had about 4 minutes to get from here all the way back to here. So I started running. And I have never pushed forward on the joystick this hard in my entire life. Somehow, someway, I managed to return home within an inch of my life with literally 5 seconds to spare. I don't know of any other VR game that has given me this level of satisfaction and achievement. I think what I'm trying to say is, if you love the original, or you really like stumbling around a radioactive wasteland while waiting for more Chernobyl-likes to come out this year, then you've probably already bought this game. But if you haven't, and you plan on getting it, then you have to know that you're getting a great but incomplete game. It's a ton of fun for maybe 10 to 13 hours, but you won't lose out by waiting for a few new updates. I'm not too sure if there's a roadmap, but looking at the potential new areas in the travel screen, you can see that this game has a long and promising future, and I can't wait to find out what they have in store. I'll certainly be jumping back in whenever there is a major update. In fact, just a few days ago, a new patch dropped fixing many of the bugs that I just complained about, so you know the devs are listening. I hope you're equally as excited as I am. If this video gave you a good little kick out of your day, then my job is done. Till then, I'll see you around. Bye! Also, if and when they release the knives, I am definitely doing this again.